Before me here are all the marking and measuring tools that you'll need to make your guitar. One of the most important things is a flexible ruler. This is a 1 meter ruler. It's in inches and in millimeters, and it's very thin and flexible. This is great for measuring things around curves and stuff. Also have a 3-foot ruler that's a little more stout. This is good because it's thick enough where it remains stout and you can measure angles and things with it. Also, you can set up your guitar with this thing. I also have a really thick 24-inch straight edge, which I highly recommend. It's great for checking flat surfaces and so on. And the workhorse of the lot is this small 300 millimeter ruler. It also has inches on the other side. This I use an awful lot. But one other thing I use for measuring it almost all the time is this little square. It is so useful to use a square as a measuring device because you can dial in the number you need from your ruler, and then you can put the ruler away and you can go and mark right off this edge, and you can put this here and now make your line right on there. Now when you're marking stuff, if you use a pencil, sharpen the pencil and then take some sandpaper and flatten an edge and make it as sharp as a knife. Then when you go to measure and mark, your mark will be very, very accurate. If you have a big fat tip on your pencil, you're going to have some difference between where this thing goes and where the mark starts. So if you make your pencil nice and flat on one side, even on both sides, and give it sort of like a knife edge, that's the best way to mark something. You'll be very, very accurate with all your marks. A better way to mark, and you'll see me doing this countless times, is to actually use a knife instead. The knife will give you the absolute most accurate mark. Now they make knives for that. This is a marking knife. They make a right-handed and a left-handed marking knife. It's flat on one side and the beveled edge is on the other side. Here you just take this and you mark along here, and now you've got a mark that's not going to come off easily also. And it's really, really accurate. You're going to need a set of calipers like these. You don't need digital ones per se, but you do need a set of calipers, and it really, you can get them in either millimeters or in inches and decimal inches, whichever suits you best. This one has a switch on it to go between inches and millimeters because I tend to do that a lot. Another thing you're going to need for laying out your wheat is an angle square like this thing. You need to be able to adjust the angle that the ruler is on so that you can lay out either your 12-degree or 30-degree wheat like this. You don't need a very good one, you just need something that'll do this. You're going to need a typical tape measure and that's about it. I use sticks to mark things and measure things as often as possible. I do not like to remember numbers. Remembering numbers always leads to mistakes. So if you can, use a story stick wherever possible. Make your marks on the stick, write down what it is, and then use that to measure, and you'll make less mistakes.